All right, folks, let's get this show started. The first one up sounds like magic to me, but they wrote it in the script, so I suppose it must be true. Do you want to hear about turning carbon into carbon-negative construction material? I'm definitely curious. So with that, please welcome to the stage Marta Sjögren, co-CEO and co-founder of Paebbl.
Hi, everyone. It's been a while since I've been on stage. I'm a little nervous. But hey, I'm Marta. I'm one of the 4 co-founders of Paebbl. And at Paebbl, we put CO2 to good use for the long term. Let's look at how a carbon molecule makes its way through our built environment in gas, liquid, and solid state. At Paebbl, we're razor-focused on making sure that the CO2 that pollutes our air is permanently locked away into a stable state carbonate. How do we do this? Well, we geomimic a natural process, one in which CO2 dissolves into a mineral that is a silicate and forms another mineral that is a carbonate. In natural ambient conditions, this would take hundreds and maybe even thousands of years. In our energy-efficient process, this takes an hour or less. We're building a source-agnostic CO2 sequestration system. We're starting with direct air capture as our first source of CO2 that we sequester. And over time, we hope to be working with flue gas to put their CO2 away into materials that the world uses. And in our case, for every 1 ton of CO2 that we sequester, we generate 3 tons of material. It's a lot of material. And if we were to sequester 1% of the global CO2 emissions through our technology, we would be generating over a gigaton of materials, filler materials that the world uses today. So what are some of the applications of these materials? Well, I use generative AI to help me dream. And what we came up with is the following. I dream about sitting around a beautiful carbon-storing concrete dining room set with my family eating dinner. I dream of homes that are carbon-storing instead of emitting CO2 in the building process, as we try to marry sustainability with comfort, which I think is possible. I dream of artificial coral reefs made out of carbon-storing concrete. This is done today, by the way. Artificial coral reefs out of concrete. Works really well. I dream of breakwater structures, really unsexy as well, that will be protecting our coasts as sea levels rise. And I dream in not too distant a future to launch our first product on the market, perhaps a carbon-storing floor tile that is made out of concrete. And it's not all a distant dream, actually. The concrete block that you're seeing on your whatever left is in fact a concrete block like this. My team has been hard at work at generating applications that are both short and long-lived stores of sinks of carbon. We're going to focus on long-lived carbon stores. And in 12 months, using artificial intelligence and working with subject matter experts, we've generated 7 generations of concrete material, with each generation decreasing the CO2 footprint significantly. And in one case, we've even generated a carbon-negative concrete block. Now, let's not kid ourselves. We're entering our commodity market. Startups don't thrive in commodity markets. We're going to do our best by marrying the need to deal with CO2 with the need to generate materials that the world uses today. We're scaling pretty fast. A year ago, we were sequestering grams of CO2. In a few weeks, we'll be at 100 kilos a day, and by 2027, we hope to have our first fully commercial pilot plant, demo plant up and running. And the proof is in the pudding. This is my team working away, making this dream come true. Some of my team, time is out, but I'm going to take the last thing to say. Some of my co-founders, Jane and Andreas, are in the audience. We're hiring rapidly, and we're also rescuing people from the oil and gas industry to help us make this dream come true.